4D Avocado Acrylic Nailer Tutorial by Hotpinkzebrapolish. Hi guys, in today's video I'm going to be showing you a design that could be worn for Valentine's Day if you're like me and don't really like to overdo the Valentine's Day stuff. I know it's moderately early to do a Valentine's Day video, like a couple days. I'll be getting more into that soon enough, but I wanted to do this one because I just had this idea and I thought it would be adorable. It just says let's avocuddle instead of avocado on the nail. And then it's got an avocado with a 3D pit, and then the top of the avocado you can take off. So it's got the piece that comes off, and it's got two little kind of kawaii faces on it on each half of the avocado, so they can cuddle. I don't know, I thought it was pretty cute. I've seen a couple shirts recently that have had this saying on it, and I just thought it was adorable, so obviously I had to make a nail for it. So it's got a magnet in it so that the pieces can stay together in like a whole uncut avocado, or it can be opened up. So I hope you guys like this too, and don't forget to click subscribe to see all my future videos as well. So to begin with, I'm going to start with an overlay of a light pink acrylic. The reason I went with pink, which you could obviously switch it up, is like I said, I did kind of minutely want this to have a Valentine's Day vibe to it because it's getting close to that and, you know, whatever. But the other reason to do a pink background, you'd either want to do pink or purple, is because you want it to contrast really well with the green, and those are the best colors for that. So then before that acrylic is fully set, like I just did, you're going to want to put in a magnet, approximate, kind of envision where you want the top of the avocado to be. Put it near the top. You don't want it to be above where you want the avocado to be, but you also don't want it to be under where the pit is. So kind of figure that out and figure out how you want your avocado to be, and then encase the nail with clear acrylic. And now I'm going to be filing it into shape with my e-file. I started out with a fairly coarse cone shaped bit just to remove any bulk, and then I'm going to go through with my little just cylinder bit that's really fine to make sure that the texture of the nail is really smooth. So now I'm going to be painting my avocado, and I began with a dark medium green, kind of like a Christmas green, and I did the outline of the shape of the avocado. So it's kind of an egg shape, but as you can see, the top of that is right around where that magnet is, not at the very top, but it's pretty close. So I have the bottom of the avocado resting at the tip of the nail, and then after I have that done, I'm going to be filling it in with really bright green acrylic. So just kind of add a layer of that in there. As you can see, I'm going to need to do a second coat. So I did the first coat, and then I let that dry. And now I'm going to go back through and add a second coat. And while the second coat is still wet, I dipped my brush into some white paint, and I'm going to be blending that together, kind of creating a gradient so it's lighter in the center and it gets progressively greener towards the outside. Because avocados are not a solid shade of green inside. They're lighter in the middle and they kind of get darker. So just do it like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be painting the Let's Avocuddle while that is drying. So to start out, I painted the Let's right near the cuticle, starting with the E because that is the center, or the E and the T kind of share center. So start with either one, but then add the S and then add the little apostrophe. So it says Let's, nice and centered right near the top of the nail, and then write the Avocuddle. So I started with the U for this one because that is the center letter. And then I added the two D's, and I'm doing this with a very fine brush. And afterwards, as I'm looking at it, I wish I would have moved my avocado a little bit farther down the nail so it was centered between Let's and the avocado. Instead, it looks like it's a little bit too close to the cuticle area, like it's a little bit crowded up there, but it works out. And it's not a huge thing, but something that you might want to think about if you're going to be recreating this, that you might want to do that. And then I'm going to be adding the little kawaii face on my avocado, applying a layer of gel sealer after that to make sure all of that painting is sealed in. And then after that's cured with brown acrylic paint, you're going to want to add your 3D pit. So there is a little bit of 3D on this portion of the nail, so just add the pit on there. And then as it's setting, you're going to kind of need to press in because the acrylic's going to want to spread against that gel sealer and just kind of like fan out when you want the pit to be nice and 3D and like a little dome on there. So just keep pushing it in from side to side as it's setting, and it'll maintain that shape. And then wrap the nail as tightly as you possibly can with plastic wrap and apply a magnet, or to add a magnet on top of the plastic wrap over the one that is already inside the other half of the avocado. And then for the 3D part, this is probably one of the easiest 3D designs I've ever done, or 4D designs I've ever done. Just sculpt the other half of the avocado. It's very easy. I'm using a very similar shade of green acrylic as to what I used for the outline on the nail, for the outline of the avocado peel on the nail. So just go ahead and add that. And it's just, I did a couple layers of it just because I wanted to have a very domed 3D shape. So I did 3 layers of acrylic, I believe. You know, just kind of building it up, just kind of working it, making sure that it does definitely have a 3D avocado, half of an avocado shape on it. So then after I have that, and after that's set, you can kind of watch it'll get a little bit matte. I'm dipping my manicure brush into some clear acrylic powder, just so it's not going to stick and get all gunky. But grab your little manicure brush and very gently sort of press the bristles into your acrylic. That's going to create that very textured avocado skin, and it'll, without doing any kind of painting, that avocado looks amazing on the outside. Once that acrylic is all set, peel off the plastic wrap and then just with more green acrylic, touch up the inside of it. As you can see, there are some wrinkles, especially around where the pit is. So you definitely need to just go through, because it'll be impossible to paint on all those wrinkles. Just go through and add a little bit here and there of acrylic just to fill it in. You don't want to add too much where you're going to fill it in. It's not going to want to sit on the nail, but you do need to add enough that it's easy to paint on and doesn't look ruffly. So then with the same braided green acrylic that I used on the inside of on the other side of the inside of the avocado, I'm going to be filling in this half. So just add that paint on there, and then after you have that done, same thing, it's going to need 2 coats. So I did the 1 coat, and then I set that to the side for just a moment while that was drying. It doesn't take long, 2 minutes maybe. And then pick that back up, grab your paint again, add the 2nd coat. While that 2nd coat is drying, you're going to, or before that 2nd coat is dried, you're going to want to blend in your white paint just to make sure that it does have that same kind of gradient effect rolling out. But then I also took, later on I did this, I darkened the area where the pit would be, added a little shadow on it. But before that, I just added a little smile, 2 quiet eyes and a smile on my avocado, and then here I am darkening where the pit goes. And then apply matte top coat over your little avocado face, and that is it. I hope you guys like this design. Make sure that the inside of your avocado is completely dry before you attach it to the other half, or you're going to end up with problems. So just make sure that you let that dry for a good amount of time. And that is, like I said, that's it. So I hope you guys share recreations with me on Facebook or Instagram. I would love to see them, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!